Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Garanj Bardwaj and today is New Year's Eve as you all know, and we all love cricket. So we've been greeted by a wonderful cricket match that is going to happen tomorrow on New Year's Day between New Zealand and Bangladesh in New Zealand. So I'm going to preview that two-match test series between New Zealand and Bangladesh, the Bangladesh tour of New Zealand. But before that, I would request you all to please like, share, subscribe and comment on my YouTube channel. So first of all, talking of New Zealand versus Bangladesh, in clear words, I would like to say that Bangladesh doesn't have a chance. New Zealand are clear winners. New Zealand are going to whitewash this test series with 2-0 and are going to gain valuable World Test Championship points. Now, the question that arises here is, why should we watch then if New Zealand have been declared by clear winners by me? One of the reasons I would like to tell you that there has been plenty of absence. But before that, I would like to analyze the squad that New Zealand has. There is plenty of absence in the form of a big void that has been left by Kane Williamson, who will be not playing in this test series due to his nagging elbow injury that has been sustained by him since the start of this 2021 year. He sustained it. He went through it in the IPL. He went through it in the World Cup, and he went through it in the first test as well. So after missing the second test against India, he's been rested for this test series as well, and captainship duties or leadership duties will be handed over to Tom Latham, who also captained the side in the second test match versus India, where Williamson was rested due to that same injury. Now moving on, there has been Kyle Jamieson, who has been there. Trent Bolt returns after resting for the New Zealand tour of India for the test matches. He returns to the squad. There has been only one spinner in the form of Rachin Ravindra in the squad. Ajaz Patel, who took a 10 for the last time the Black Caps played in the Whites, has been a notable omission in the squad, and that's been the big news that's been circulating all around the world, all around the globe, that why Ajaz Patel has been left out. When asked about Ajaz's ex from the test squad, Ajaz himself told that he was not surprised, but he is disappointed that he hasn't been selected. He said that he will be doing plenty more of hard work to get his place in the squad for the New Zealand home matches. Obviously, you know that New Zealand home pitches are just like green pastures. Very good personality once joked about New Zealand pitches as being a green pasture. A cow can also feed on those type of pitches. That's the amount of grass that's been left on the pitches there in the New Zealand. And there are also open grounds, so breeze is also a huge factor. So batting is extremely difficult in the New Zealand conditions, with the conditions aiding seam and swing movement through the air, where there is heavy breeze. From which end there would be heavy breeze, the seam bowlers would be effective. So the Bangladesh have no chance. However, their captain Mominullah came at the eve of the match and told that they are not looking at the past records. I want to tell you one record, that Bangladesh have never won a test match against New Zealand at New Zealand's home soil. So the similar type of story is going to revolve, because their batting doesn't have enough depth. they are missing the services of their two experienced men, that is Tamim Iqbal and Shakib Al Hasan, and also Muhammadullah has announced retirements. So there were plenty inexperienced lineup. One of the more experienced people is certainly Mushfiqur Rahim, who has to keep up the batting forte for the team, and the other one I would like to take the name is Mominul Haq, but Mominul Haq hasn't been in great form since the start of this year or since last 2 years. Their spinners are going to be ineffective, so Taijul Islam and Mehdi Hasan Miraz will not be able to get purchase on those wickets. And other thing is their seamers are pretty effective, their pacers are pretty effective. We have seen how much Taskin has risen over the last few months. He has risen leaps and bounds. We've seen him in the World Cup, Taskin Ahmed. Then they have Ibadat Hussain, who is a pretty good bowler in Bangladesh conditions, so he will be coming in handy in these conditions. And we have seen Abu Jaid Rahi and also Shoriful Islam and Khalid Ahmed are also there. So their pace stocks are pretty much bugged up, but the thing that comes in here is there are total inexperienced team. There are inexperienced pacers in the squad, but going by the only practice match that they've played here in New Zealand, their pacers stood up pretty well. Rahi and Ibadat Hussain taking 3 wickets each in that practice match, and that rain-marred practice match, and rain has been forecasted throughout the first test match also. From New Zealand perspective, it is going to be a last hurrah for Ross Taylor, as he has announced his retirement after the summer of 2022 for New Zealand. He has announced his international retirement, and this will be his last series for New Zealand in the test match cricket. So it would give enough motivation for the Tom Latham led New Zealand side to beat the Bangladeshis. Plus Bangladesh have an inexperienced side, so odds are heavily in favor of New Zealand, but it would be interesting to watch this series. Now moving on, as we all saw that India beat South Africa comprehensively in their fortress at Centurion by 113 runs, and if you give away that huge first innings lead, I'm talking of South African perspective, if you give away that huge first innings lead, then you're always chasing the game, and chasing the game they did, the South Africans. They have lost the match by 113 runs, but what's more said is their young keeper batsman, that is Quinton de Kock, who earlier announced his unavailability for the second and third test match due to the birth of his first child, has now announced a retirement from this format, the test format, to be with his family and to be prioritizing family time more than the game. So we must respect his decision, and it would be a much bigger void to fill, because Quinton de Kock batted beautifully in the first innings for South Africa along with Temba Bavuma. So now the batting onus is upon Dean Elgar and Temba Bavuma. They have pretty inexperienced lineup, remember, and they have got plenty of inexperienced personnel, especially after de Kock's retirement. So Kyle Wariner will obviously come into the side for the second test match and will replace de Kock as a test match keeper. That's my view. That's all from this video. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment on this video, and please don't forget to watch what will be an interesting test match here at the Bay Oval in Tauranga. And I forgot to take one name, that is Mahmudullah Sanjoy, who also scored a century in the practice game, in the only practice game that they played here. So there's plenty much to look forward to, and there's plenty much to look forward for us. If you miss any of the moment of that test match, please don't worry, as I will be coming right after the day's play, every moment, describing every moment and everything in that test match. Please stay tuned. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment this channel. Thank you.